Hi guys! So, I'm actually here with a makeup tutorial for you today. I kind of got inspired by the MAC Hey Sailor collection. If you haven't seen the artwork yet, this is what it looks like. So you can see it's very pin-up. Her makeup is definitely a lot more colorful than mine, but I kind of got inspired just by the blues of it, and I actually used the blue from the collection, which comes out tomorrow. It'll be available at MAC stores tomorrow. It's been online for a couple days now. The only issue, of course, with it being online is that everybody has access to it, so therefore they go and buy things. So some of the stuff that I use might, well, no, because I guess the only thing I use in this collection is the eyeshadow. And the last time I checked last night, it was still available. So if you like the eyeshadow, quick, go buy it. Yeah, so this is the look we have done. It's kind of neutral and wearable, but I still added that blue to it that makes it just a little bit different. But the way that it is wearable is that it doesn't really look like blue from far away. Obviously, if you get like right up in somebody's face, you can tell it's maybe blue, but the way that I've done it kind of smokes it out a little bit and just makes it look like something a little bit smoky. So obviously with the false lashes it looks a little bit more insane. Of course the red lip adds the pin-up element to it, but you can definitely do the look and pull it off if you have a navy blue eyeshadow or even this navy blue eyeshadow. So if you would like to see what I've done with it, go ahead and keep on watching. Yeah, like I said, this is the first tutorial that I've done on this channel. So please be kind, leave some kind words of encouragement, and I will show you what I've done. First step that you want to do is apply an eyeshadow base. I'm just going to use Too Faced Shadow Insurance because it's my favorite. And we're applying that all over the lid, and then just a little bit underneath the eyes. Not really so much to the point where you're putting it on like under eye concealer, but just kind of right up against the lash line because we're going to be putting some shadow there. So what I also like to do, because at least my eyelids anyway, I mean yours may be different, my eyelids have a little bit of veins showing through and they're very, very pink toned, and because we're going to be using some browner colors, it's a little easier to just kind of neutralize them. I'm going to be using Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. And again, just kind of all over the lid and then a little bit on the crease just to kind of neutralize that discoloration just a little bit. So now that we've done that, I'm going to be taking Malt from MAC, and it's just going to be the lid color. I don't even know if you can tell. This might totally suck. But it's kind of a very light taupe color, but it has a little bit of a pink to it too. So just with a short shader brush, you're just going to go ahead and put that all over the lid. Get some more if you have to. Obviously your brush might be different than mine. And just make sure it's pretty even. That's the key. You don't want like chunks in one area where it's smooth in the next. Sorry if this keeps going out of focus, I can't tell. Or I'm just going to take Era from MAC. It's just kind of, this is more of a taupe, definitely. It has a little bit of shimmer to it, but that's okay because I'm going to be putting espresso in the crease with it. So just take that Era color and blend it into the crease, and then take espresso, and that's what's really going to darken it up and kind of give it that dimension. Same brush. And I like to go kind of high up on this just so it's noticeable. I mean, it's okay since it's for a video. You know, if you're wearing it every day, obviously tone it down just a little tiny bit. But for this, I think it's okay. And you can see it just kind of starts to darken just a little bit. But you can see on this eye, it's really going to be the blue that kind of brings it out a little bit. So, before we do that, I'm just going to take Bisque from MAC. It's not available anymore, but any kind of matte, creamy, off-white color will work. This is just to kind of stick with that matte, Pinup natural look. And this is just one of those C-curve brushes from e.l.f., but obviously you can use whatever you're comfortable with. I've just always been using this one for doing my highlight color on my brow, because it's just small enough to fit right up. For blending, I just like to use this Sonia Kashuk brush. It's from Target. I got it for like $5, I think, but it's very comparable to the MAC 224, minus the fact that obviously the handle is a little bit, well, you can't even see. The handle on this one's just a little bit shorter, but I've always used this for blending, and up until yesterday I'd used like a stiffer crease brush, but definitely going to be using the MAC 224 for crease from now on, and still keeping this one for blending. So, just kind of blend it out, make sure there's no harsh lines or anything, and then this is where the fun nautical element comes in, I think, anyway. I'm going to be taking Nautical Navy. I had to pause because I almost called it Russian Navy, like the OPI color. Believe me, it's taking everything I have, not like when I was practicing talking about it. Yeah. So this is Nautical Navy. And you can see just from this eye, it almost doesn't really come out navy. But that's what's nice about a darker blue, is that you can wear it and still have it look like black, but not have it be like bam color, but still have something different. So just with this type of brush, I don't even know how you describe it, but this is the one that I found worked a little bit better for me. I tried using a crease brush when I was doing this eye, like a little stiffer brush, and it didn't really work too well. So I just found this one packs on the color just a little bit more and makes the color actually stand out, whereas a crease brush would kind of blend the color away. So I just kind of got a decent amount. And then just start creating like an outer V. And it's okay if you can see the marks, because we're going to end up blending that out anyway. It took quite a while for me to pack the color on this eye. So, and my bangs are hanging in the way so you can't even see. But it's going to take a couple tries to get the darkness that you want, but so at this point, I switched over to one of these. This is just kind of a stiff kind of brush that has a little bit of a point at the top. I was using this for a crease brush when I first started doing makeup, and it was just a little bit too stiff. I wanted something a little bit fluffier, but for packing on color in the outer corner, it kind of worked out, so good thing I kept it. And this is kind of what's going to help to A, blend it out and not make it so harsh, and B, get more of that color into the crease where it's a little bit harder to reach with a smaller brush. So I really do like this color. I can definitely see me using it a lot. I was a little worried when I first bought it because it is in fact a blue, but But that's half of the reason why I bought it, was because it's not like anything that I have from MAC. And then all of their blues there are more bright blues and shimmery blues, whereas this one's just a satin. And you can't even really tell that it's satin. Like, it blends out wonderfully. So, yeah. And then to kind of take away that harsh line that we have going on between the malt and the nautical navy, almost called it Russian navy again, I'm going to take that Era color, which is the first color you put into the crease, and then with the same shader brush that I used on the lid, just kind of go over that middle. And that took away just a little bit more of the blue than I wanted. So I'm just going to go in with that small brush that we used before. Like black and navy can actually can easily get out of hand, as you can kind of see with what I've been doing. It went just a little bit too further in than I wanted. So do what you have to do to kind of blend it out if that happens for you. Maybe it's because I'm filming it. It didn't happen on this eye, but I don't know. Because I really just want that blue to be concentrated. I mean, a little bit on the lash line out here, but mostly on this outer corner and then right on the outer crease. So, when it looks like both eyes are even, because, I mean, obviously if you're doing this, you know, on yourself for a day wear, you're going to be doing the same step to both eyes at the same time, but for tutorials, I'm going to be taking a liquid black liner. This is just the L'Oreal Paris Carbon Black Intense Liner. It's one of those felt tip type points. Oh, grass. And to me, these are a lot easier to use than any other liquid eyeliner I think I've ever used, but obviously use what you're comfortable with. And the way that I like to do my liquid eyeliner, I like it to be a little bit thinner and then go thicker out, especially considering we're going to be putting on false lashes. I even had to add just a little bit more on this eye after I had put the lash glue on, because, I don't know. I personally, when I wear false lashes, I like the liner to be, like, noticeable, but that's just me. Again, do what you're comfortable with. You don't even need to do false lashes, even if you have really gorgeous, thick, long lashes. I mean, I've got lashes, but I don't know. Oh, totally skipped a step. Ta-da! So, you know, before you're supposed to do your liquid liner, you're going to take that nautical navy color again. And then this is just kind of the mini-me of that stiff, pointed taper brush. And I'm just going to kind of dab that in and then tap off any extra since it is going underneath the lash line. And just kind of smudge it underneath the lash line. Again, you might have to build it up. I had to build it up on this eye, but usually 2 layers, that was it. So then, with the liner, we're going to go back and then tightline. This is my Stila Smudge Stick in Stingray. It is my favorite for tightlining the waterline. And you don't necessarily have to do this if you don't like highlighting your waterline. It could probably look okay without it. I personally just like to do it anyway. But again, that's personal preference for me. So then I'm just going to curl my lashes, put on some mascara, and then put on some false lashes, and I will be right back with the cheeks. Alright, so the eyes are done. And now for cheeks, I'm not really going to do a ton of blush. I think the idea behind a pinup look is that it's kind of more focused on the eyes and like the, I don't know. I don't even know how to do a pinup face, just like ness of it. So that just might be me. But I'm just going to take a little bit, just mainly contour, focus on contouring. This is a Femme Couture bronzer. It's one of the baked bronzers from Sally's. My personal bronzer of choice is the MAC's Refined Golden, but that has a little too much shimmer, and that's for like all over bronzing for me. Sometimes I'll use Benefit Hoola to contour, but I haven't really used this too much, and it's kind of light, so I figured why not. So I'm just using my MAC 168 and just going to focus this. And kind of the hollows of the cheekbones a little bit. You can also do it on the sides of your nose, underneath the jawline, temples, hairline, wherever. And just from looking at it, I think I am going to add just a little bit of blush. Not too much, just kind of enough to even out the face a little bit. This is Tarte's Blissful. This is one of their Amazonian clay blushes. Don't ask about the brush that I'm using because it's something from Michaels, but it's been working for me pretty well. I'm getting brushes, I'm getting there. I just put a little on my forehead and my chin just to kind of even out the face a little bit. And then for lips, because every single time I see somebody do a pinup look and they don't do a red lip, it bothers the living crap out of me. So I know it's going to look insane, and that's why I didn't want to do too much blush. That's why I only did a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a red lip. And this is Russian Red from MAC. I'm probably going to look insane with a red lip, but you know what? That's okay, because it's a nautical, navy type look. Yeah. So, Russian Red. Don't mess up like I did. Then we have just the regular red, and if you want to add a little gloss, you can. I personally do not like the way just straight lipstick feels on my lips. I'm one of those people that has kind of a lip product addiction, where if I don't have some kind of sticky gloss or whatnot on, I feel like I'm going insane. So that being said, I'm just going to take a little bit of Sonoran Rain. This isn't technically available anymore, but if you go on their website, as I lipstick on my teeth, if you go on the MAC website, in the Finder section and then click on the Goodbyes, it is actually still for sale as the Goodbyes, getting rid of, discontinuing, whatever the heck you want to call it. So it's still technically there, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous red, and it has a little bit of gold glitter in it, so I think it's something kind of different. So then we have that. And yeah, so that is all for the Hey Sailor MAC inspired look, nautical, whatever the heck you want to call it. I'm not really sure what I'm going to call it yet. If you want to see my opinions on the collection, since I've kind of seen it up close and personal when I was at the MAC store, you can go ahead and click the link below in the description box, and I will go ahead and link to that video. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. This is my first tutorial on this channel, so please be nice. I'm working on it. I'm gonna get a better camera. This camera does not exactly do what I want it to for video. It's a bummer, but yeah. Yeah, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave a comment below. Please like, subscribe, do whatever, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.